Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in the previous session, we have discussed about the types of adsorption. That is based on the types of forces operating between the adsorbate and adsorbent. The adsorption is classified into how many types? Two types. What are those? Physisorption and chemisorption, right? And in physisorption, what we said here, adsorbate and adsorbent molecules are held together by means of weak van der Waals forces of attraction. Okay. On the other hand, chemisorption, what we said here, adsorbate and adsorbent molecules are held together by means of strong chemical bonds, either ionic or covalent bond. So in the last session, I have discussed about these two concepts, that is types of adsorption, physisorption, characteristics, chemisorption, its characteristics, and the differences between physisorption and chemisorption. Well, now in this session, we are going to discuss about the factors affecting a phenomenon of adsorption. What are all the factors which influences the a process of adsorption, or I can say particularly physisorption, or first one, effect of adsorbate, or even we can say nature of adsorbate. Second, nature of adsorbent, or else in particular what we can say, the effect of specific area of adsorbent is the second factor, and the third one, effect of temperature, and the fourth one, effect of pressure. So these are the four factors. What are those? Effect of adsorbate, specific area of adsorbent, effect of temperature, and effect of pressure. These are the four factors which influences the a phenomenon called physisorption. First, we are concentrating on physical adsorption. I can say physisorption. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದು factors? Yes, there are four factors. What are those? Effect of adsorbate, or I can say nature of adsorbate. Second, effect of specific area of adsorbent, or simply what we can say, nature of adsorbent. Third one, effect of temperature, and the fourth one, effect of pressure. So ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, these are the four factors, and among these, which are important one means effect of temperature and pressure. ಇದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಈ ಎರಡು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ very important. ಯಾವ್ದು effect of temperature on adsorption and effect of pressure on adsorption. Well, we consider one by one. What is the first one? We said effect of adsorbate. ಏನಿದು adsorbate? Okay, adsorbate, usually it may be gas or liquids or solids, right? Any form. Generally adsorbate may be present in the form of gases, or it may be present in solids, or it even present in a liquid state. Now here, adsorbate, usually which form we are considering? A gaseous form we are going to consider. Now here, whenever we know about the transformations of a molecules, or you can say matter, say gases, three states of a matter: gas, okay, second one liquid, and the say third state of a matter, solid, right? So we are aware about interconversion of these three states of a matter. ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, okay, interconversion of the three states of a matter: gas, liquid, and solid. Well, just we recall the phenomenon involved in the interconversions. Say conversion of gas to liquid, ಏನಿದು? It is the condensation. Gas to liquid is called condensation, right? Liquid to solid, ಏನಿದು? Freezing ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, freezing. Then solid to liquid, what it is a process called? Melting. Liquid to gas, boiling ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೌದಾ? So it means what I can say, the three states of a matter are interconvertible. Now here, if I consider liquefaction ಅನ್ನೋ ವರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, liquefaction of a gas ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥನ ವಿಲ್ ಅನಲೈಸ್. ಏನು liquefaction ಅಂದ್ರೆ? Yes, gas can be converted into liquid. Generally, if I consider the temperature, if we analyze with respect to temperature, right? Say when we increase the temperature, generally what happens? Solid form of a matter will be get converted into which form? Get converted into liquid form. ಈ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಯಾವಾಗ? If you increase the temperature, the solid state of a matter will be converted into liquid. Further, if you increase the temperature, what happens? Liquid state of a matter get converted into which state? Gaseous state. Andre, we know that if you increase the temperature, solid form of a matter converted into liquid form, and if you increase the temperature further, what happens? Liquid is get converted into gaseous state. Ega, if formation of the state takes place in a particular temperature range, formation of liquid and formation of gas takes place over a range of temperature, particular range of temperature. Above or below of that range, that formation of state doesn't take place. Andre ಈಗ ಈ gas formation takes place at a particular temperature range. Liquid formation also takes place in a particular temperature range, above or below which this form cannot be formed. Okay, ಈಗ ಈ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, what is this critical temperature? Is the temperature, okay, above which gases cannot be liquefied. What the pressure is? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? The gas cannot be liquefied above its critical temperature value. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? So just remember, or you can say understand this meaning of critical temperature is the temperature, is the minimum temperature, or simply I can say temperature above which gases cannot be liquefied. Gases cannot be liquefied whatever the extent of pressure is. ನಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನಿದೆ? Say if we increase the pressure, yes, gas can be liquefied ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗೆ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇರೋದು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ by increasing pressure. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಿದೆ? All gases are going to possess certain critical temperature. Critical temperature ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ critical temperature ಏನು ಹೇಳಿಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ? Is the minimum temperature above which gases cannot be liquefied whatever the extent of pressure is. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಆ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಗ್ಯಾಸು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಫೈ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, well here during adsorption what happens? During adsorption, say on the surface of a adsorbent, gaseous molecules will be adsorbed. Say these red color circles indicates the gaseous molecules. ಈಗ adsorption ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? All gaseous molecules come closer to one another. ಒಂದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಹತ್ರ ಬರಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. ಈಗ ಹತ್ರ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನರ್ಥ? Yes, there is a possibility of converting gaseous state into, say earlier gaseous molecules are free, okay, they are free, but when adsorption takes place all gaseous molecules come closer to one another. So if I consider phase, that gas is get converted into liquid during adsorption. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ liquefaction ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. So during adsorption, okay, if I consider that's critical temperature, if the temperature is above critical temperature value, that gas cannot be liquefied. It means gas cannot be adsorbed. Okay, so with respect to the first factor, effect of adsorbate means here gases. So what is the nature? We are going to consider critical temperature. So during adsorption, that is liquefaction of a gas, okay, certain minimum temperature is required. What is the temperature called? Critical temperature. So above critical temperature, that gas will be liquefied. It means it cannot be adsorbed. Okay, so the first factor, just recall. So what is the first factor? Effect of adsorbate ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೀವಿ. ಈಗ I can say nature of adsorbate. Nature of adsorbate, it means if adsorbate is a gas, then for gases we are going to mention critical temperature. So all gases are going to have a critical temperature value. above their critical temperature value, that gas cannot be adsorbed. Okay, well, means in another way what I can say, that gas cannot be liquefied. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನರ್ಥ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್, ದ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿ below the critical temperature of a adsorbate, or I can say gas. Well, it can be understood with a particular example. So before going for example, just remember the statement. What is that? Higher the critical temperature. ಏನು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಲ್ಲಿ, higher the critical temperature of a gas, easier the liquefaction of a gas. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೈ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆ, ಹೈಯರ್ ದ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್, ಈಸಿಯರ್ ದ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಆ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನರ್ಥ, ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಅದು ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಲೋ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್, such gases cannot be adsorbed easily, readily. Okay, so now if I consider an example, say for example chlorine gas, and its critical temperature value is 417 Kelvin. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನರ್ಥ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, the critical temperature of chlorine is 417 Kelvin. So a temperature less than 417 Kelvin is needed to liquefy it. ಇಲ್ಲಿ liquefy ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, adsorption ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ liquefy ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನರ್ಥ, at this moment you have to consider that adsorption. Chlorine gas can be readily adsorbed below 417 Kelvin temperature. ಈಗ suppose ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು during adsorption of chlorine gas, if the temperature is more than 417 Kelvin, what happens? The chlorine gas cannot adsorb. Okay, chlorine gas cannot adsorb on the surface. Adreally, if I wish to think of adsorption of chlorine gas, the temperature must be below its critical temperature. Andre it must be less than 417 Kelvin. Got it? Well, now whereas one more continuation, say if I consider nitrogen, okay, nitrogen gas, say for nitrogen gas, what is the critical temperature? It is 126 Kelvin. Okay, for chlorine it is 417 Kelvin, but nitrogen gas it is 126 Kelvin. So now here, so if we wish to liquefy nitrogen gas, what I said, liquefy meaning if we wish to adsorb nitrogen gas on surface of a adsorbent, what is the temperature to be maintained? It must be less than 126 Kelvin. Only when we maintain temperature less than 126 Kelvin, adsorption of nitrogen gas takes place. Otherwise, there is no adsorption. And among these, so just I will go through this sentence. So we need a temperature less than 126 Kelvin to liquefy. To liquefy nitrogen gas, we should maintain a temperature less than 126 Kelvin. And is it easy to maintain 126 Kelvin? No, it is very difficult. Attaining temperature less than 126 is very difficult. Then I can see here, if I compare adsorption, which is easily adsorbed, if I compare adsorption, okay, if we compare the extent of adsorption, just I will mention extent of adsorption, how it is proportional, is directly proportional to critical temperature. Yes or no? Say if I consider extent of adsorption, okay, extent of adsorption is directly proportional to critical temperature. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ higher the critical temperature, such gases can easily liquefaction. Okay, liquefaction is easy. If it is easily liquefied means extent of adsorption will be more. So just we remember the extent of adsorption is directly proportional to critical temperature. So what it says, Higher the critical temperature, extent of adsorption is more. Lower the critical temperature, extent of adsorption is less. It means in these example, chlorine and nitrogen gas, which is having high critical temperature, okay, chlorine is having high critical temperature. Means if I consider extent of adsorption, chlorine more adsorbed compared to nitrogen gas. If I compare adsorption of chlorine and nitrogen gas, which is more adsorbed, it is chlorine. Okay, since chlorine has high critical temperature, therefore adsorption is more. Nitrogen has low critical temperature, therefore adsorption is less. Is it clear? Coming to some other examples, say let us see the list of critical temperature of gases and volume adsorbed. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸಲ್ಫರ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್, ಅಮೋನಿಯಾ, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್, okay, methane, carbon monoxide, nitrogen and hydrogen. Now I will specify critical temperature and volume adsorbed, that is amount of that gas adsorbed on a surface. Now these are the critical temperature values in terms of Kelvin. So sulfur dioxide, what is the critical temperature? 430 Kelvin. Ammonia 406, okay, carbon dioxide 304, methane 190, carbon monoxide 134, dinitrogen 126 and dihydrogen 33 Kelvin. These are the critical temperature values. Now how they are arranged? In the decreasing order. So critical temperature goes on decreases 430 to 33 in a given list of examples. When I look at the amount adsorbed, amount of these gases adsorbed on a solid surface, say critical temperature decreases. Now if you look at the amount adsorbed, say here in terms of ml, say critical temperature 430, amount adsorbed is 380 ml. Ammonia 406 Kelvin critical temperature, the amount adsorbed is 180. So as we look for amount adsorbed, what happened here? Amount adsorbed goes on decreases. So it means ease of liquefaction decreases. So adsorption also goes on decreases. So as critical temperature decreases, what happens? The ease of liquefaction goes on decreases. Hence, adsorption also, extent of adsorption also goes on decreases. So here, what is to be remembered? As I said, extent of adsorption. Extent of adsorption is directly proportional to which factor? Critical temperature. Is it clear? So the first factor, what is that? Effect of adsorbate. Here adsorbate means we are going to consider critical temperature of a adsorbate. Generally, what is the critical temperature? Is the minimum temperature above which gases cannot be liquefied, whatever the extent of pressure is. So all gases are going to have their own critical temperature values. Okay, during adsorption, what happens? Liquefaction of a gases takes place. So here liquefaction is equivalent to adsorption. Higher the critical temperature, that gas is easily liquefied, so more adsorption takes place. Lower the critical temperature, such gases liquefied with difficulty, hence less adsorption takes place. Okay, well, coming to the second factor. So what is the second factor here? The effect of specific area of a adsorbent. Effect of specific area of a adsorbent. ಆದರೆ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು? ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ನೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೆಂಟ್. Well, if I consider specific area, now here greater the specific area, greater the specific area of a solid, greater would be its adsorbing capacity. So ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳಿದೀವಿ? Since adsorption is a surface phenomenon, ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳಿದೀವಿ? Adsorption is a surface phenomenon, right? It is a surface phenomenon. Surface, who is going to provide surface here? The adsorbent is going to provide a surface. Yes or no? So larger the surface here, more number of active centers, right? There will be more number of active centers, or I can say active sites will be present, right? If more number of active centers, what about extent of adsorption? Extent of adsorption is also high. Okay, all quantities are directly proportional. So I can say here surface area is also going to influence the extent of adsorption. So larger the surface area, so there will be more of active centers. Okay, therefore extent of adsorption is more. Therefore what I can say, overall rate of adsorption is directly proportional to surface area of a adsorbent. And even I said about how to increase the number of active centers. We listed out 3 points. What is that? By converting smooth surface into rough surface. Okay, by using catalyst in a colloidal state. And what is the one more? By subdividing catalyst. Okay, that is, as I said, by converting crystalline form into amorphous form, powdered form, we can increase the surface area. So if you increase the surface area, what happens? There will be increase in the active centers. Okay, if active centers increases, then obviously effect of adsorption increases, right? So it is regarding the second factor, that is effect of surface area, or you can say specific area of a adsorbent. Well, the third one, what is the third factor? Temperature. Okay, well, coming to the third factor, we know that adsorption decreases. What it says? Adsorption decreases with the increase in temperature. Adsorption decreases with the increase in temperature. Yes. Okay, we analyze it. Say for example, say in a vessel. Okay, in a vessel, say closed container, say we are going to place charcoal. Okay, part of the vessel is filled with the charcoal. Okay, then further what we are doing, say it is filled with say hydrogen gases. In a closed container we have taken a charcoal powder, then is filled with the hydrogen gas. Say it is at say 25 degrees Celsius. At 25 degrees Celsius, what you have done? You have taken a vessel partially filled with the charcoal, then we have passed the hydrogen gas at 25 degrees Celsius. Now, yes, what happens as we analyzed it? There will be adsorption takes place. Few molecules will be get adsorbed on the surface of a charcoal, and okay, soon after there will be equilibrium attained with that. This within the closed container, we are going to, okay, the gaseous molecules are going to attain equilibrium. Now if you increase the temperature, means if by 25 to 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, when we increase the temperature, what happens? Say whatever the molecules adsorbed, say increase the temperature means we are providing a temperature to this system, right? Say when we heat it by some means, say if you provide heat to the vessel. Okay, increase the temperature means obviously we have to heat it, right? When we heat this vessel, what happens? Whatever heat energy we are providing, okay, whatever the heat energy we are giving to the system, where that heat energy will go? The gaseous molecules are going to take that heat energy. Okay, so the gaseous molecules are going to take up the heat energy, and that heat energy is get converted into what? Is get converted into kinetic energy. So that heat energy is get converted into potential energy, or I can say kinetic energy of gaseous molecules. Means when you provide heat, ultimately what happens? When you increase the temperature, what happens? Kinetic energy of gaseous molecules increases. Okay, effect of temperature ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೀವಿ? When we increase the temperature, what happens? Kinetic energy of gaseous molecules goes on increases. When kinetic energy of gaseous molecules increases, what happens? Whatever the molecules adsorbed, they started coming out of the surface. They started coming out of the surface of that charcoal. Okay, it means what happens? Removal of, okay, from the surface. What is happening now? Earlier when we increase the temperature, say at 25 degrees Celsius, so molecules will be get adsorbed on the surface of a charcoal. Okay, well, now when we increase the temperature, and temperature is increased, when temperature is increased, now what is happening? Okay, earlier more number of gaseous molecules will be present. Now only few molecules remain on the surface, while rest of the molecules, they are removed from the surface of a charcoal. Overall, what you can say, adsorb surface of a adsorbent. Now what happens here? If you increase the temperature, there happens desorption. Okay, when we increase the temperature, what happens? Desorption takes place. Desorption takes place andre absorption ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Absorption decreases. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ? Say when we increase, okay, adsorption decreases with the increase in temperature. When we increase the temperature, adsorption decreases. ಏನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ reason? As temperature increases, kinetic energy of gaseous molecules increases. First point in ನೆನಪಿಡದಲ್ಲಿ, kinetic energy of gaseous molecules increases, hence it leads to desorption. It leads to desorption, hence adsorption decreases. Okay, well, now if you analyze, the amount of gas adsorbed is inversely proportional to temperature. Means if you increase the temperature, adsorption decreases. ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿವಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೀಸನ್ ನೀವು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಏನು ರೀಸನ್ ಇದೆ? ಆಸ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, kinetic energy of the gaseous molecules increases and it leads to desorption, hence adsorption decreases. Okay, well, next, for physisorption, adsorption isobars can be placed. What is this adsorption isobar? Well, according to Le-Chatelier principle, exothermic process, ನಮಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ? adsorption is a exothermic process ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿವಿ. It is delta H is negative, right? So according to Le-Chatelier principle ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ? Exothermic process is favored at a low temperature, right? So Le-Chatelier principle, just I will state it. What it says: whenever an external stress in the form of temperature, pressure is applied to a system at equilibrium, what happens? The equilibrium shifts either in forward or backward direction just to nullify the effect of changes. Okay, well, now here if I consider, say, adsorbate particles, okay, these are said adsorbate and it is the adsorbent. Now forward adsorption, okay, backward ಅಂತ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದ್ರೆ desorption ಅಂತ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, right? On the surface, molecules will be get adsorbed, right? Just analyze. Now, say consider it is at equilibrium. Okay, the process is at equilibrium. Now, to a system at equilibrium, when we apply external stress, that is in the form of temperature or even in the form of pressure, what happens? The equilibrium shifts either in forward or backward direction just to nullify the changes. Yes, we know that this adsorption is exothermic. Adsorption is exothermic, right? Exothermic. Then what about desorption? Desorption will be endothermic. Adsorption exothermic andre forward exothermic ittandre backward reaction ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? It will be endothermic. So or else I can say, if adsorption is exothermic, okay, if adsorption is exothermic, desorption will be endothermic. ಏನಿದೆ exothermic ಅಂದ್ರೆ temperature is released or you can say heat is released, okay, and endothermic means heat is absorbed from surroundings. Well, now regarding, if I consider effect of temperature as we are discussing, so when we increase the temperature, When we increase the temperature means say temperature is a stress here, it acts as a stress according to Le Chatelier principle. So when we increase the temperature, what happens? Equilibrium shifts in a direction where temperature decreases. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಟ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ when we increase the temperature happens, desorption takes place. Desorption takes place, or I can say extent of adsorption decreases. On the other hand, if you decrease the temperature, now temperature ಏನಾದರೂ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, okay, when we decrease the temperature, what happens? Equilibrium shifts in which direction? Shifts in a forward direction. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Adsorption goes on increases. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ? Okay, so according to Le Chatelier principle, since adsorption is a exothermic process and is favored at a low temperature. Okay, so adsorption ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವಾಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is takes place more at a low temperature. Is it clear? Well, now if I consider graphically, so here x by m ಏನು ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಂ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾವು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಎಂ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್? ಇಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, EOA, just remember, extent of adsorption ಅನ್ನು ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. When we plot a graph of extent of adsorption versus temperature, whatever the plots we get is called adsorption isobars. ಈಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ adsorption isobars ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? These are the plots obtained by plotting extent of adsorption versus temperature. Well, when we plot a graph of extent of adsorption versus temperature, ನಾವು ಏನು ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? When we increase the temperature, extent of physisorption goes on decreases. Okay, we get a curve with a negative slope. Well, now coming to the fourth one, what is the fourth factor? It is the effect of pressure. Okay, effect of pressure on physisorption. Well, again if you analyze an increase in pressure, just go through the statement, an increase in pressure causes an increase in the magnitude of adsorption. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Now if I consider a relation between pressure and adsorption, extent of adsorption ಹೇಗಿದೆ? Both are directly proportional. ಯಾಕೆ directly proportional ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so if you increase the pressure, what happens? Volume goes on decreases. Is a closed vessel. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು ಏನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Just let me draw. Say vessel. Now vessel is filled with the charcoal. ಮತ್ತೆ ಚಾರ್ಕೋಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು? It is filled with a particular gas. ಇದು charcoal at the base. Now is filled with a particular gas. Okay, say now say at P1 atmosphere, P1 atm, say at P1 atm, say for example few molecules are adsorbed. Now if you increase pressure, okay, if you increase the pressure from P1 to P2 atmosphere, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? What happens? What about the volume of the gas? Volume of the gas goes on decreases. Yes or no? ಈ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ more and more gaseous molecules are forced to remain on the, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? More and more gaseous molecules are forced to remain, or you can say get adsorbed on the charcoal surface. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಗ್ಯಾಸಿಯಸ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತವೆ? ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಚಾರ್ಕೋಲ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಸೇ ಆಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, more and more gaseous molecules will be adsorbed on the face of a charcoal. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? when we increase the pressure, adsorption increases ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥನಾ? ಅದೇ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿವಿ? ಸೊ an increasing pressure, an increasing pressure causes an increase in the magnitude of adsorption of a adsorbate. Okay, well, now what we can see here, rate of adsorption is directly proportional to pressure. Okay, temperature anta bandre inversely proportional, pressure anta bandre directly proportional to rate of adsorption. Okay, well, now for chemisorption, on the other, now whatever the factors we have considered, it's for physical adsorption. Now for chemisorption, now here what we said, chemisorption is associated with the high activation energy. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೀವಿ? Since chemisorption involves a bond formation. ಅಂದ್ರೆ chemisorption ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? A chemical bond is formed between adsorbate and adsorbent. So to form a bond, energy is required. So it is called bond formation enthalpy. Okay, ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ? ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಬೆಂಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬೇಕಾ? ಆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಏನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಎನ್ ಪಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಕೆಮಿಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇಸ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್, certain energy is required to make a bond between adsorbate and adsorbent. Therefore, we say the chemisorption proceeds with the high activation energy. Chemisorption ಏನಿದೆ, it is proceed with the high activation energy. So initially, ಅದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? So initially, as temperature increases, rate of adsorption increases. ಈಗ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್. ಯಾಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾಕೆ? ದಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹೀಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಟು ಕಂಪೆನ್ಸೇಟ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್. Whatever you provide heat energy, that is temperature, part of the heat energy is used to compensate activation energy of a process. Hence initially rate of adsorption increases further and reaches a maximum and then decreases. Okay, well, so if I consider graphically ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗೆ? Say extent of adsorption versus temperature. Now initially what happens, as the temperature increases, chemisorption also goes on increases and reaches certain maximum value. Okay, so that maximum value is specified as a critical temperature. Okay, it reaches certain maximum value. After that what happens? Again there will be decrease as usual. So for physisorption, how we said, okay, it goes on decreases regularly, but chemisorption initially it goes on increases, reaches certain maximum value, then again decreases. So is the nature of graph. It indicates physisorption and the present indicates chemisorption. Okay, it's the difference. So if I consider effect of temperature on chemisorption, what we are saying, say since chemisorption is associated with the high activation energy, therefore initially as temperature increases, chemisorption also goes on increases and reaches a certain maximum value, then decreases. Physisorption anta bandre, as temperature increases, physisorption goes on decreases. Okay, idanna ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Well, now coming to the MCQs. Okay, whatever all the things you have studied based on that parameter. First one, physisorption is affected by adsorbate. Second, specific area of adsorbent, temperature, and fourth one, all of these. Andre factors they are asking about. Physisorption is affected by, yes, nature of adsorbate is affected, is going to the physisorption. Specific area of adsorbent, yes, is also going to affect the physisorption. Temperature also has a effect. So what is the answer here? Since all three options are true, physisorption is affected by adsorbate, specific area of adsorbent, and even temperature. Therefore, what is the answer? Answer is D, all of these. Okay. Next question. Rate of adsorption is. ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ ಟು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ ಟು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಫ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ವೆಲ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ ಟು ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ, ಎರಡು ಪಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಒನ್ ಮೀನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ. ಯಾವ್ದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಎಸ್, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎ ಈಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ ಟು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಏರಿಯಾ. ಓಕೆ, ವೆಲ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಏನಿದೆ, ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇನ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್. ಈಗ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದೆ. ಏನು? ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇನ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್. Adsorption decreases with decrease in temperature. Second, decreases with increase in temperature. Third, remains same. Fourth, first increases then decreases. What is the effect? Adsorption andre usually physisorption antani consider ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Adsorption decreases with increase in temperature or decrease in temperature? Yes, it is increase in temperature. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್. ಇಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದೆ, ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್. ಈಗ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಡ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ, ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ, ಏನು? ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಫಸ್ಟ್, increases with decrease in pressure. Second, increases with increase in pressure. Third, increases with remains same, no effect. Fourth, first increases then decreases. ಏನು ಉತ್ತರ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ? It is increases. Okay, pressure ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು, if increase the pressure volume decreases, so adsorption increases. Well, next question ಏನಿದೆ, the last. So in chemical adsorption with increase in temperature rate of adsorption ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. In chemisorption with increase in temperature rate of adsorption first decreases, increases, first increases then decreases, first decreases then increases. ಏನಿದಕ್ಕೆ ಉತ್ತರ? chemisorption ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಏನು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು, x by m versus temperature. ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ chemisorption is proceeds with the high activation energy ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಸೊ chemisorption proceeds with high activation energy. Therefore initially part of the temperature used to compensate activation energy. So what happens? First increases then decreases. So option C is correct. Well, so with this I am going to conclude about this session. Again in the next session we discuss continuous part. Okay, thank you. Be safe. Yeah.